would you like to say?
Oh, James.
Daryl.
I've been wanting
so much to
you
say,
for
so little
long.
time. Go on, fill your boots. Well, I'll fill your boots for 3.5 minutes maximum.
I could actually talk to you for 3 weeks. It's surreal, really, because it's as though you're talking and it's coming out of my mind.
Gosh.
Everything that you say is what I've been thinking.
Crikey.
And, you know, you're talking about this to the lady about the turning point.
Mm.
You know, when did the Conservatives not become the Conservatives? When have we got this? Can't really call it a Conservative party anymore, can we?
I don't know.
I'm a Conservative voter.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a Conservative, if you see what I mean. I'm like you. You remember when you said that you voted for Boris Johnson?
Yes.
I'm the same.
You just fell for you fell for the comedy act and the. I mean, I don't know that that's excusable.
Well, not really. Not like
no.
You,
well,
James.
just
not like you, James.
No, in 2008, I wasn't paying attention. That's I'm afraid. So I don't know whether or not that's an excuse in 2019.
Yeah, no, it's slightly different circumstances because I'm in a constituency that was Ken Clarke.
Okay.
In 2017, I think was the election, was it? I thought, you know, he's a European. I'm a European.
Right.
I was very, very, very Remain. And so I thought, well, I'll vote for Ken Clarke, but I'm not a Conservative.
But you've been abandoned. You're the people that never get spoken about, aren't you? Because the Conservative Party has been completely Brexified. And yet...
Well, let me say, I'm a Dominic Grieve. I'm a Ken Clarke.
Yes.
I'm the Gawk Squad.
Yes.
I'm a Rory Stewart.
Yes. Who speaks for you today?
Who speaks for me? Who speaks for me? That I'm tweetering on Liberal Democrat, but I'm an absolute European.
And that's because the B word runs through James, British politics like a stick of rock. I can tell you do. Just in a sentence.
I get quite anxious and very upset. Now, the lady that just rang you up, Louise, was talking about, and you were trying to explain to her, when did they change?
Yeah.
And she's trying to convince you that actually this is the norm. And I can assure you this is not the norm. This changed at Barnard Castle. Yeah. For me, if you were asking for me for when did it change, being one of the Gawk Squad, if you like, a Ken Clarkist, it changed when Boris Johnson, before the election, refused to let I can't think of his name, Dominic Grieve, release the report on Russia.
Yeah.
Now,
and that goes back to the B word as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And if Dominic Grieve was allowed to have leaked that report, if he was a dishonourable man and came down to the same levels as Boris Johnson and leaked that report, we wouldn't have been in the state we're in now, would we?
I think you're a bit more optimistic than I am, actually. I don't know by then whether it would have made any difference at all.
Well, it might not. But with regards to the people who are like me...
Yes.
Right? I go back to somebody that's quite good at cooking. Her name's Delia Smith.
Yeah, go on.
She went out onto the Carrow Road pitch and she shouted, "Where are you? Where are all these people? Where are the likes of me that are sick to death of this? Because this is a dangerous government. This is a divisive government. This is a Brexit government. And Brexit has broken the back of our society. There's no more Conservative, Liberal, Democrat, Labour anymore. It's Brexit that's destroyed this country. It's turned family against family. You talk about it in the street. You talk about it in the pub. But the only problem is that I take a huge interest in politics. But I dare tell you that 70% of those people that went and voted in the referendum knew nothing about politics. And when you ask them about voting for Brexit, I don't want to know. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I think we probably have similar experiences in that field. Briefly, I can see what you mean about having a lot to get off your chest, Darryl. I'm very honoured that you chose me to listen. But on this question of punishment, in a couple of sentences, if you can, how can you and I, and maybe some people listening don't like views we share. We obviously don't share all views, but how can we be so confident that no one's going to get punished for this? What has caused that specific breakdown rather than the broader malaise? The knowledge that this report will point a very, very powerful finger of blame towards the very top of government, and no one will face consequences.
James, I feel a little bit guilty actually ringing you, because I would sooner leave the airwaves open for somebody that's lost someone to this pandemic.
Okay.
If I'd have lost anybody to this pandemic, having known how this government and Boris Johnson has dealt with it, and all the things that you talk about not going to meetings, etc., I would be devastated. And I suggest that maybe the bereaved families, the organisation of the bereaved families, ask the people of the country, give us some money. Let's bring these people to actually,
some semblance of justice. Darryl, I'm late.
Some semblance of
justice.
Of justice. And like I say, I could talk to you for 3 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can ring me again.
Right.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry.
No, don't say sorry. That's what this show is for. It's why I come to work every day to listen to.
Let me just finish on one last thing, James.
If you would. Keith's getting very itchy. It's very late for the break now, but you can.
Right.
On this
Okay.
occasion. Go on.
You are my oasis of truth.
Crikey.
In a world of lies.
Well, that's quite moving, actually, Darryl. All right. Shall we hug it out?
Yeah, hug it out, mate.
Let's hug it out, Darryl.
I'll talk to you again, mate.
Bloody better. All right.
All the best.
Make that a promise. You mind how you go. Thank you.